Hi, today we will see about .NET Introduction. Okay, yeah. Before going to see the .NET Introduction, now we will see why we are using the .NET, what is the role of .NET. Okay, so we'll write a question here, why .NET or what is the role of .NET. Okay, why .NET, why we are using the .NET, what is the use of .NET. We are using the .NET to develop the multiple software applications. What is the use of .NET? To develop multiple software applications. Okay. Now you will get one doubt by seeing this. What is software applications, right? What is software applications? Now we will see what is software applications. Software applications is nothing but one second, sorry. Now we will see what is software applications. Software applications is nothing but a collection of software programs developed on different software platforms as per the end user. We will see in detail. See, if you take the application, software application is nothing but it's a collection of software programs. Who developed these software programs? By developers, right? Who will ask you to develop these software programs? That is nothing but who will ask you to develop some application? Who are using that application, right? That is nothing but a end users, or we can call them as a clients or customers, right? Okay, where we are going to develop these software applications? We are going to develop these software applications on software platforms, different software platforms. Okay, software platforms is nothing but .NET is one software platform, Java is one software platform, C++ is one software platform, Python, Perl, every technology. Okay, technologies, different technologies. You can use any technology to develop any application. Okay, now you got the point, right? What is software applications, right? We'll write the definition here. What is there? Software applications is nothing but developing the, that is nothing but designing the software programs however the end user, as per the end user requirement, developed on different software platforms. That is nothing but a software applications. We'll write the definition here. Software applications is nothing but collection of software programs, okay, developed on different software platforms as per the end user. Okay, we'll take one example for this and you will get some idea. You will get the idea about this. Suppose if I'm selling the pizzas, okay, so what do you want? I want to show the menu for the customers. Okay, so I want the design for the menu. Okay, so I'll approach some software programmer. I'll ask him, can you please design the menu because I want to sell the pizzas? Okay, so I want to show whatever the pizza items is available with me. So please design the menu. I'll ask like this. Okay, then what he will do as a software programmer, he will design some software programs as per the however I want. That is nothing but however the design I want. He will design the software programs. He will design on some software platform. That is nothing but he can design on .NET, or he can design on Java, or he can use any technology, right? This is the total definition of the software application. Okay, you understood, right? Okay, by seeing this definition also you will get some doubts. Okay, you are telling that software applications is a collection of software programs, right? Now we will see what is software programs, right? Okay, you are telling that, I'm telling that, you can ask me that software applications is a collection of software programs. You can ask me what is software programs. Okay, now we will see this. Software programs is nothing but a collection of logical instructions. Okay, software programs is a collection of logical instructions. You can ask me, how can you say that software programs is a collection of logical instructions? See, if you take the C language, if I want to accept an input from the user, then which function, which method we will use? Scanf function we will use, right? That is nothing but we are giving some instructions to the program. That is nothing but we are assigning some function. Scanf is nothing but accepting the input from the user. Suppose if we want to print the output, which function we will use? Printf. That is nothing but we are giving the instructions to the program. Printf is nothing but printing the output. These are called as a logical instructions. I'm taking in case of C language. You can take in C#.NET as console.writeLine, console.readLine. All these things are logical instructions. So can I say the examples for logical instructions as scanf and printf, so on. Okay, all these things are logical instructions. Now from this software applications definition, you saw what is software programs. Now in this definition, if you see, software applications is nothing but a collection of software programs developed on different software platforms. You can ask me what is software platforms. I already told you that software platforms is nothing but a different technologies. Okay, whatever the technology, technology we are using to develop the application. Okay, that is nothing but a software platform. So examples for this is .NET, Java, so on. Okay, all these things are software platforms. So from the software application definition, you saw what is software programs and what is software platforms. Now we'll see that I told you that as per the end user requirement, right? Okay, we'll see here who is end user. Who is end user? We'll see this. Yeah, end user, I told you one example about pizza, right? Who is the end user here? I'm the end user, right? As per my requirement, software engineer is developing the program, right? That is nothing but a end user is nothing but a who is using that application. After designing, who is using that application is nothing but a end user, right? Can I say that end user is nothing but a application user, right? Application user. Suppose example, if you take the Gmail, some XX company developed the Gmail and we are using that. That is nothing but a Gmail users is nothing but a end users. Facebook users is nothing but a end users. Okay, right? You got the point, right? Why we are using the .NET and what is the main thing why we are using the .NET to develop the multiple software applications. And we saw about what is the software applications, what is the definition for the software applications. As per the definition of the software applications, we saw the definitions for the software programs and software platforms and end users, right? Now we will see that I told you that .NET is used to develop the software applications. Now we will see what are the types of applications we will develop by using the .NET. Okay, types of applications. As per the behaviors, types of applications is divided as below. I'll write here. Windows applications. See, Windows applications is nothing but a desktop applications. Examples for this is, I'll say Notepad is one example. It is a Windows application. For these applications, we doesn't require any internet connections. Okay, it's a single user applications. We will discuss about all these applications in detail. Now we will tell what are the applications is available. After that we will see in detail. Okay. The next thing is web applications. Web applications is nothing but we are using that application by using the web. That is nothing but for these applications we require it requires internet. Okay, these are the multi-user applications. Examples for these applications are, I can say Gmail, FB, etc. Okay, all these things are web applications. We will see in detail in further. And web services. And what else available? Mobile applications, console applications, so on. Okay, we'll discuss in further. Okay, these are the types of applications. Now we will enter into the introduction to .NET. Okay, up to now what you understand why we are using the .NET. Okay, we are using the .NET to develop the software applications and what are the types of software applications available, right? Now we will enter into the introduction to .NET. Introduction to .NET. Okay, who introduced this .NET? First we will get to know about who introduced this .NET. .NET is introduced by Microsoft. Microsoft. It is the organization. Okay. Established by Bill Gates. Okay. Okay, .NET is introduced by Microsoft, established by Bill Gates. Okay. I told you that .NET is used to develop the multiple software applications. From this, you should get one doubt. What is that, miss? How .NET is supporting to develop the multiple software applications? Okay, we'll get one doubt as how .NET is supporting to develop multiple software applications. Okay, we'll see this. Okay, before this, I want to discuss one thing. What is the requirement to develop the software application? First, we should know about this point. Okay, what is the requirement to develop the software applications? Okay, I'll tell you the reason for this question. After that, we will discuss the topic. What is the requirement to develop the software applications? Now we will see how .NET is supporting to develop the multiple software applications. Because .NET is integrated with multi-technology. Okay, I'll write in short form. .NET is integrated with multi-technology, and the second reason is .NET supports multiple languages. Okay, this is the thing. Okay, before this, before discussing these 2 points, I want to discuss about requirement to develop software application. Okay, software applications. See, what is the requirement to develop any software applications? What we need to develop any software application? Okay, we'll take one example. From that, we will get to know what is the requirements to develop any software application. Suppose, example, take the refrigerator. Okay. Okay, anything, a refrigerator. Take it, don't take the spellings, you just consider this. Okay, take the refrigerator. Why we are using the refrigerator? We will use the refrigerator for cooling purpose and for freezing purpose, right? Okay, why we will use for cooling purpose and for freezing purpose, right? Okay, why okay, how whatever we keep inside the refrigerator, how why they are very cool and they are very fresh? Why? Because when technology is implemented inside the refrigerator for cooling and for freezing, right? So from this we are using one technology, right? You got to know that we are using one technology to do some functionality. That is nothing but to do the refrigerator functionality. We are using one technology, right? And how we are implementing the technology? Suppose we are human beings. Suppose we are implementing something. If two persons is there and these two persons want to implement something, how they will get to know? By communicating, right? That is nothing but for communication purpose what they are using? One language, right? So by using some language they are implementing the technology. Okay, so this is one application, right? One refrigerator is nothing but one application only. We are using that application, we are using for some functionalities, right? One, so what is the main requirement to develop any software applications? One technology and one language is required to develop any software applications. Okay, come to this point. I told you that .NET is supporting to develop the how .NET is supporting to develop the multiple applications, because .NET is integrated with multi-technology. You can ask me that how you are saying that .NET is integrated with multi-technology. Okay, I'll show you that. One second. You all people know that to develop any .NET application, we should use the we will use the Visual Studio .NET, right? We will use the Visual Studio tool, right? You should install this, okay? Before developing any .NET application, we should install the Visual Studio. Okay, now I will open the Visual Studio. Now I will show you that the first point, what is that .NET is integrated with multi-technology. How we will say that .NET is integrated with multi-technology. I am opening the Visual Studio. Let's see. Yeah, this is the Visual Studio. Okay, I am clicking on the new project. It's loading. Yeah, it opens one window, right? This is called as a integrated development environment. Why we will call? Because see, if you observe the right hand side where I'm keeping the cursor, see Windows Forms application, WPF application, console application, ASP.NET web applications, class libraries, all these things, grid application, blank application, hub applications. So this is integrated with multi technologies. We can develop multiple applications by using these technologies. So from this, can I say that .NET is integrated with multi-technology, right? So we can justify this point as .NET is integrated with multi-technologies. So .NET is supporting to develop the multiple software applications because it contains the multiple technologies. It is integrated with multi-technologies. Now we will see that how .NET is supports the multiple languages, right? Okay, we'll see here. Let's open this. Yeah, in this thing, if you observe this Visual Basic, Visual C Sharp, and what is there, Visual F Sharp, okay, JavaScript, all these things, Visual Basic, Visual C Sharp, Visual C++, Visual F Sharp, all these things are languages. Okay, these things are languages. Okay, from this thing we can say that .NET is .NET supports multiple languages, right? .NET supports multiple languages. Okay, come to this point. So you understood, right? Actually, what we need to develop any software application, we need one technology, we need one language. As coming to this .NET Visual Studio, this contains IDE. IDE is nothing but integrated development environment. Contains multiple languages and multiple technologies, so that .NET is supporting to develop the multiple software applications. You got it right? Okay. After this, I want to tell you what is the extension for .NET. What is the extension for .NET? Anyone? What the dot here represents? Why we are using the dot here? Dot represents multiple. What we can say? Dot represents multiple. Okay. What is the net? See, extension for net is network enabled technology. Okay. What is the extension? Dot represents the multiple. Okay, because it supports to develop the multiple software applications. Okay, net nothing but a network enabled technology, right? See, okay, after this I told you that .NET is used to develop the multiple software applications, and I discussed that what are the types of applications. We will see what are the technologies we will use and what are the languages we will use to develop the particular applications. Okay, if you take the Windows applications, in this we will use the Windows Forms as a technology. This is the technology. Okay, and C Sharp.NET. What is this? This is the language. Okay, to develop the Windows applications, we will use the Windows Forms as a technology and C Sharp.NET. Okay, you can ask me that why can't you use VB.NET? Why can't you use VC++? You can use that, but most of the person nowadays we are using the C Sharp.NET as a language. See, suppose if client asks you to write the code in VB.NET, you just don't worry. You just write the code in C#.NET, go to Google, and then you just use the converting the C#.NET code to VB.NET. It will convert with single click. Okay. Now we will see the web applications. What is the technology we will use to develop the web application? What is the language we will use to develop the web application? Okay, we will use the ASP.NET as a technology. Okay, and C#.NET as a language. Okay, Windows application, web application, web services. We will use the WCF. WCF is nothing but Windows Communication Foundation as a, this is the technology. Okay, plus we will use the C#.NET as a language. Okay, all these things so on. Okay, so what we understood from these points, what is the requirement to develop any software application? We need one technology, we need one language. Okay, remember this, we need one technology, we need one language. Okay, now we will see how .NET came into existence. We will see about the history of .NET. Sorry. Okay, when .NET came into existence, that is nothing but actually .NET is designed in 1998. .NET first version came in 2002. Okay, so we'll see what happened between before 1992 to 1998. Okay, history of .NET 1992 to 1998. Yeah, before .NET, Microsoft introduced these things, that is VB.NET, VC++, ASP. Okay, but because of these three also we have some limitations. What is that limitation? Means these are platform dependency. Okay, these will support only on Windows applications. Okay, and one more thing is it is used to these are used to develop only limited number of applications. Okay, whereas ASP is used only for web application, whereas VB++ used only for Windows applications. So it is not supporting to develop the multiple applications. So that after this, to avoid these limitations, in 1995, one second. Yeah, I'm sorry. In 1995, Sun Microsystems developed Java. Okay, by avoiding the limitations. Okay, so by using this, is Java is a platform independent and we can develop any multiple software applications. So what happened after this? All the Microsoft people jumping towards the Java. So in 1998, Microsoft designed .NET. Okay, designed .NET in Professional Developers Conference meeting. They introduced in Professional Developers Conference meeting. They designed in 1998. After that, they introduced the first version of .NET in 2002. Okay, they introduced the first version of .NET in 2002. Okay, this is the history of .NET. After that, tomorrow we will see about versions of .NET. what are the different versions we are using in .NET. Okay, we'll see tomorrow about this. See what we learned today, why we are using the .NET, what is the role of .NET, because we are using the .NET to develop the software applications. After that we saw about what is software applications, what is the definition. As per the definition of the software applications, we saw what is software programs, software platforms and end users, and we saw about what are the types of applications is available, and we saw about the introduction to .NET, who introduced the .NET, when they introduced the .NET. After that, the main important thing is what is the requirement to develop the software applications. Okay, how we can say that .NET is supporting to develop the multiple software applications, and I showed you about the Visual Studio integrated development environment. Okay, and after that we saw about the history of .NET. Tomorrow we will see about the versions of .NET. See, if you people like my video, if you want to take course with me, you just reach me to saitanvi17@gmail.com. This is my email ID. You just ping me to this mail ID, so that I'll give my contact number so that you can reach me. We'll talk about the course details. Okay, saitanvi17@gmail.com. Thank you. Thank you very much. Bye bye.